Hi, welcome. My name's Ruth Douglas. I run Impideas. It's a marketing company based in the southwest of England, and we help small businesses with e-commerce site get more sales. Today's session is called From Browser to Buyer, how to infuse your e-commerce site with story to inspire your customer and get more sales. What we're looking at is how you can take the knowledge that you have about your business and turn that into really compelling copy, and how to create a sense of story on your site that communicates to the customer that they're in the right place, that you have what they need, and that your products will fit into their life. Okay, all of this will work together to inspire confidence in your customer and getting them hitting the buy now button. The first thing I'm going to do is to take you to a screen cap of a really popular shopping site in the UK and look at what they do really, really well. Then we're going to look at 3 other live websites who've all volunteered to be included and look at what's working and perhaps some things that aren't working so well and talk you through some ideas. At the end of this, I want you to feel more confident about using your knowledge to create story and to inspire sales. Let's get started. Here we are looking at Not on the High Street's front page. This screen grab was taken earlier in the year in March. And I want to show it to you because it shows really well how to use words to start to tell the story and the images and how it all works together to convey what the business is, who the customers are, and that relationship, and says you're in the right place. We've got what you want. Let's go shopping. Let's start with the logo. So immediately, the logo is a gift tag. It's telling you that it's a gift shop, not on the high street. The website name, the business name, is telling you that these aren't things that you will find in a gift shop on your high street or in your local town. These are unusual gifts. This is not run of the mill. We're unusual, we're select. The home of thoughtful gifts. So really carefully chosen words. This isn't the website for wacky gifts. It's not the marketplace for handmade gifts. It's the home. You know, a home is where we feel safe and comfortable and relaxed. So this is the home of thoughtful gifts. Thoughtful speaks to who the customer thinks they are. Someone that puts a lot of care and effort into buying a gift, choosing the right gift for the right person. So the home of thoughtful gifts. They're putting it into the hands of the customer. Here, this area here. I love this area. Made by creatives from the UK's best small businesses, and there's hands making something. So not just made by local craftspeople, it's made by creatives, and we value creativity. It's something kind of special that, oh, I'm not creative, so-and-so is creative. You know, we value that as a trait in people. From the UK's best small businesses, not any old small businesses, not just small businesses, but the best ones as a mark of quality. It's UK based, so geographically it's saying we're part of this community. If you want to support your UK business community, if you want to support, you know, buy British, it's speaking to that. And small businesses, not the Amazons of the world, not, you know, a national chain. This is a small business that the inference is that shopping from them will make a big, you know, supporting a small local business has a bigger impact than, you know, buying something off of Amazon. The next little bit, chosen by us, all carefully curated to save you time. There's a little hand picking of flower, literally saying they're hand picked. These products are hand picked. Chosen by us. So we're doing a job for you. So that's a feature. And the benefit to me is to save you time. Okay, so we're into features and benefits, an attribute of the business or of the product, and the benefit to me, the customer, the outcome for me. How does it improve my life? So the fact that this is a marketplace that has a, you know, an application, it's not just anyone can join, it's selected, people have to be approved. That's going to save me time because I don't have to search the whole internet. I know I can come here, I'm likely to find something that I'm going to like for somebody. It's speaking to the problems I have, which are, I'm busy, I'm a mum, I work, I've got people to buy a gift for, I don't have much time. I want to know that these are going to be of a high standard, that they're the best. So that's beginning to talk about features and benefits to the customer. And again here, all carefully curated. A really interesting choice of words. They're, carefully. They're not just curated, they're carefully curated. So it's adding that quality of we're looking after things for you. And curation, it's not just selected and chosen, it's curated, which is it's active. We are gatekeeping, we are managing, we are we're guardians of this site. We're looking after and maintaining. That's a very active thing. And curation puts you in mind of museums and art galleries and this kind of again, a sense and a value of cultural value. The last one, loved by you, more than 1 million positive reviews, little heart hands. This is the social proof. This is not on the high street saying, don't take our word for it. People like you love it. We've got over 1 million positive reviews. So in just this section that sits on the front page of the website, doesn't click, it doesn't go anywhere. It's all about positioning the business and starting to tell the story of the relationship with the customer, telling people they are in the right place. This, oh, hold on. Let me scroll a bit more. Here we are. Let's look at the picture section. This section is image navigation. This is usually seasonal, so it was before Easter, so in a couple of days this would have had an Easter image, and this banner would have had a little bit about Easter and the call to action to shop Easter. This is very interesting, I think. We've got two types of font. They're both from the logo, remember? This is the voice of the business. Send a wildly original gift that says, I love you a whole bunch. And the handwritten script is the voice of the customer. We've also got some puns, wild, bunch, and we've got this lovely bunch of wildflowers. But this is the business saying, we know what you want, we can speak for you. Really clever. And this navigation section is all about the business saying, we understand what you're looking for. So we know why you're here. We've got what you want. You've got gifts for her, gifts for him. We know who you're shopping for, hers and hims. We know why you're shopping. It's Easter. Again, that seasonality, Easter bunny, in case we didn't get it from the word. And this last one is saying, we know what you worry about. As this screen grab was taken just as the UK moved into COVID lockdown. So obviously people coming into contact with each other, especially if it's your elderly relative or someone that's at risk, you're thinking, I want to send them a gift because it's their birthday and I can't see them in person, but I want them to be safe. Gift can go through the letterbox, so no one has to open the door and be in contact with anybody else. So this is very clever. Without using any of those words, it's just saying this is a gift that will fit through the letterbox, and it's answering all those worries you have, answering that problem of how do I get a birthday gift to somebody that needs to be isolated. Okay, so we can see just on this page that there's a huge amount of thought gone into how the business talks about itself, and how it presents this page is saying, you are in the right place if this is you. This is who we think you are. This is who we know you are. We know why you're shopping. You're shopping for hims and hers and Easter treats and gifts for a relative that needs to, that you want to send something to. So it's all of that scene setting. It's really effective. And you can see it's not loads and loads and loads of copy. It's less than 50 words, fewer than 50 words. So really clever, and just some lovely simple imagery that goes with that. Okay, let's look at some live websites. This is WizKid Toys. It's a business that's local to me in Devon, and they sell outdoors adventure toys. Now, I want to show you this site and share with you how good they are at doing features and benefits. So a feature, again, that's an attribute of the product or the business, and the benefit is the outcome for me, the customer, why what value does it add to my life? And why it's important to write that and have that thought and in your copy and have that as part of your storytelling is to help the customer imagine the product in their lives. It's so the customer can understand that your products answer their questions and solve their problems without them having to ask. Okay, so let's look. Immediately we've got, let's talk about the images. Really bright, active images, this fantastic smile that this boy's got. This little girl's off on a quest, beginning her adventure of learning to ride a bike. And here we are, give your child a brain boost. Developing motor skills in the early years. They're telling you what the products will do for you, for your child. And then here, come explore. The language that they use here, come explore, that's the language that we use to our children. The let's go exploring, life's an adventure, let's go exploring. So it's mirroring the language that the customers use to their kids. Let's have a look. So with the images, we've obviously got these detailed images, clear images of the product. Great, I can see what I'm buying. I've got some detailed images here. You can see it up close. I've got another image of a child using it. And it would be even better, wouldn't it, to have, again, out in the wild, the kid in the park or something. And then down here, we're into features and benefits. And, it's exactly the language. The features of this balance bike. The Wishbone Balance Bike Cruise is a balance bike mashup designed for styling preschoolers who are ready to ride. It's a really fun sentence. It's just full of personality and tells you that this is a fun business. This is, they're selling toys. That's got to be fun. And it's beginning to tell you who the product is for. Preschoolers who are ready to ride. That's reinforced in the next sentence, which says, this is a uniquely styled first ride for children aged 2 years and up. So it's the first ride. It's not for a child that's already confident on their wheels. It's for the first, it's good for someone's first bike. And what age? Not for someone that's 18 months, maybe, only a little bit wobbly on their feet, but a 2-year-old and upwards. And and that's answering my question as a parent as to which, what age is this for? Which child is it for? Is it right for me? And the features down here go on to explain what it's made of, some of the style, style elements and so on. And then down here, play benefits. Okay, how does that improve my child's life? It allows your child to develop their sense of balance, a key motor skill, and have bucket loads of fun at the same time. So bucket loads of fun, loads, not just fun, bucket loads. It's really colourful language. The transition to a pedal bike when they are 4 to 6 years old is a breeze without the need for stabilizers. So you're making their life easier. They're improving their sense of their body and all of this stuff. So when they're older, it's going to be even easier to go up to a pedal bike. Encourages outdoor play, which enhances mood, which is a really useful word here. If you're struggling, if you've listed out the features of your product and you can't really work out what the benefit is, say, this feature, for instance, if it was a coat with a hood, this coat has a hood, which means that. So if you put the which means that, you can then get to the benefit, which means that your hair will be dry in the rain. The hood has a fleecy liner, which means that your ears will be warm in winter. It's telling me how I can use the product. It's telling me how I feel using the product, and that's what these benefits do. They help to explain the outcomes. They help to explain how the product will enhance your life and how you can imagine it in your world. Okay, so that's features and benefits. And then one last thing, as I said, about answering the customer's questions. What we've got here is free shipping and 60-day return guarantee. So they're saying, I know when I look at the price, that's it. I don't have to think about what the shipping fees are because you've told me. Even if it's not free shipping, if you've got the shipping information right there on the page, on the product page, I know what to expect. There's no nasty surprises further down the line about how much it will cost. And the 60-day return guarantee. That means that I know if I buy it as a gift, for my niece or nephew, if it's not quite right, then we can return it and there's not going to be any fuss or bother. And that builds trust. And we've got the same information on this static bar that's there throughout the site. So we've seen how WizKids toys use features and benefits, and to help us imagine the product in our lives and imagine, you know, understand how it's going to help our child. And we've seen how they've built trust with having really clear shipping information and that return guarantee. So let's move on to another website. This is the Recycled Candle Company. Now, this is quite different, very different product. These guys have collect together all the odds and ends of candles from all over Devon, where we live, and use those to make new candles. Lovely. What a simple and effective idea. And their tagline here is reclaim luxury. Now, the problem is, this to me doesn't look very luxurious. It's quite plain and simple, and that's not a bad aesthetic. It's just not very luxurious. They're not communicating the luxury of the product. If they're saying they're a luxury product, it needs to look, you know, it needs to look more, you know, and especially with scent. Scent is such a sensuous and evocative scent. I'm getting my senses and senses muddled up. Smell is such an evocative sense that actually they need to show that. They need to show the feeling of the product. As we scroll down, they've got a bit about, this is a lovely image, they've got a bit about the recycled wax, and then they've got a piece about the fragrances, and they're working with a 200-year-old French perfumery. So that kind of, that's really luxurious, that's really exciting. That, you know, that they've got signature scents. You're not going to get these fragrances anywhere else, and it's from a French perfumery. I mean, that's like poetic. That needs to be up here. They need to be telling the story. This doesn't tell the story enough. They need to do more. Let's have a look at the shop. And again, this shop page is quite plain. It's not telling me it's luxurious. So the candles. This one, it's quite a few clicks to get to a candle, isn't it? Right, we can see the product and the packaging. That's good. The packaging is communicating recycled, because for some reason we're conditioned to think that brown packaging is more eco-friendly than like coloured packaging, white packaging or glossy packaging. Even if the eco credentials are exactly the same, we're still conditioned to think that kind of brown paper packages tied up with string are more eco-friendly. So that's great. We can see the product. We can see the product again open. And that's it. There's no scene setting. What's this? This is that little image, which I guess these are an illustration of the ingredients. But there's not enough story. This needs to have, you know, this needs to have a setting, maybe a plant, maybe a luxurious velvet cushion with tasseled corners. I'm committed to these tassels now. You know, it needs to tell a story. It needs to be much better than what I've just drawn. So it needs to tell me, it needs to evoke a sense. I need to imagine it in my house. And the other thing is, I don't know how big this is. So here, it says it's 30 centilitres. Now I think 30 centilitres is 300 ml, which I think is about the size of a mug in my house. If you drink out of espresso cups, it's bigger than that. If you drink out of those kind of giant mugs, it's smaller than that. So you can see we don't know how big this is, which means I don't know where it will fit in on my, you know, will I need a big space, a small space? They could have another picture with the measurements. But again, even if they put it into a styled the chute around it and put something in where I could tell the scale, then that would really help too. The images don't tell enough of a story. They don't tell me luxury. Here's the copy. A convergence of the oils of bitter orange tree, lang lang, I'm sorry if I've said that wrong, cedarwood, patchouli, create this dark and creamy while woody and soft fragrance. Doesn't go far enough. You know, like a wet stick is woody and soft. It doesn't evoke anything. Really, I mean, I think Lang Lang is quite a sweet fragrance. Cedarwood and patchouli, yes, woody, earthy, I think Petunia's got kind of sweet notes in it as well. It needs to talk more about what those scents combine to create. What's the mood that it creates? And, you know, how can we use the candle? Can we use it for, you know, you could talk about using it for a moment of relaxation, or a moment of, you know, a moment of luxury at the end of a long day, or by your bath, or something like this. And again, if you've got these ingredients, these wonderful essential oil ingredients, you know, if you're selling skincare, or maybe you're selling soaps or fragrances, if you've got ingredients or other attributes that have an impact. So if this was a lavender candle, and lavender is known for its relaxing properties, or if it was in skincare, lavender is known as great healing properties. Talk about the properties and what they mean, features, benefits. You know, they've got some copy here from F. Scott Fitzgerald, a quote talking about a party, you know, and that's lovely. I don't feel that I feel it doesn't fit, because they're relying on these words, but then nothing kind of, they don't relate to anything really. And kind of talking about the louche times of New Yorkers of F. Scott Fitzgerald 100 years ago. It's not where we are. No, I don't think it's not quite working well enough. So for this page, I'd say you want to style this, you want to do some beautiful product shots, and you want to improve this copy. I didn't mean to scribble through it. Let's move on. The Tartan Blanket Company. So these guys, in contrast, use words in a way that evoke mood really well. And they don't use many words, but they manage it really well. So the thing we notice is we are not looking at the product, we're looking at the person sending a product in a box. And I happen to know that the company, when the UK went into lockdown, they pivoted parts of their business, developed a gifting range. And so they're promoting sending their product as a gift, because that's what we can do. We can't hand them over in person. So look, be together, even apart. It's really simple, isn't it? They're saying our blankets, if you send them to somebody, our products, if you send them to someone, that will make you feel close to them. Here we are. Send a gift of comfort. Yes, I want to be comforted by a woolly blanket, please. Now offering free UK shipping, answering my worry about, oh, is this going to be expensive to ship? No, it's going to be free. Excellent. And covering international duties. So, oh, I want to send this to my friend in France. Is it going to cost me anything on my friend in the US? What about the, you know, is it going to be expensive with the customs and excise duties? No, because they're covering it. Shop gifts of comfort. That's the call to action. Your call to action is the thing you want your customers to do, i.e. buy stuff. So you're saying shop gifts of comfort. Go shopping. It's sending that comfort, sending that hug in a box, basically. We scroll down. Here we have colsy. Origin, Old Scots word for cozy. So they're taking a traditional word and they're saying we're claiming this word for us. Tartan's a traditional Scottish fabric, so they're claiming the Scotsness, and I think the company is based up towards Edinburgh somewhere. So they're in Scotland, they're using a traditional product, and they're taking their heritage and they're using that as part of their marketing. Here it says the act of slow living and making time for the people and things that soothe our souls. You know, this concept of slow living, slow cooking, slow shopping, concept of slowing down and making time and not rushing headlong into life. They're speaking to that. They're speaking to people that want to feel that, even if they can't always be that. The things that soothe our soul. I mean, it's so evocative. It makes you want to curl up with a book, doesn't it? Here we are. Family blankets. They're telling you who's using them. Lambswool blankets, that quality. And all these pictures are kind of in muted tones that set a really warm feeling. Picnic blankets. Use them for picnics. care packages. Look at, you know, this is a gift that makes people happy. And hey, little ones, you know, blankets for everybody. And further down here, stay home, a safe space for community thinking, rest and inspiration for turning isolation into hibernation. Isolation into hibernation. I mean, they've taken the fact that we all have to stay in and made it seem quite nice. I mean, hibernation in winter and cozy and bears and squirrels and nuts, you know, I'm off on a tangent, but you get, it's evocative. And that's what I'm saying. You think to the candles, it wasn't very evocative. Let's go shopping. Ooh, let's look at recycled wool blankets. Okay. I'm excited. Oh, look at this. Oh, we're going here. Right. So remember when I said I couldn't tell how big the candle was? We can tell how big this blanket is with the picture. It's such a simple thing. Just holding the blanket up and it covers all of this, I'm guessing, average size human. We know how big it is. We've got all these colours that we can choose from here. Look, they've got a Douglas tartan for my surname. Good to know. I'll come back and shop another day. Let's look at the pictures. Oh, we can be cozy when we go piggybacking in the Highlands. Fantastic. You know, and these muted tones, they pick up the colours in the blanket. You know, it's this very classic kind of country living, muted, natural look to the photographs. No, that's not liking that click. Let's look at this one. Oh, we can keep your children warm in the snow if you have snow. What's this one? Oh, that's showing the embroidery that you can have on it. And this one is showing them rolled up with the carry strap. I mean, these straps are beautiful as well, aren't they? I am a fan. And let's have a look at the words. Right. A traditional tartan with a modern twist. So tartan's a traditional fabric. It's speaking to heritage, modern twist, that's saying we're up to date. We're not stuck in the past. Woven in a dense twill weave and brushed for texture. So they're telling you about the qualities of the product there and how it's going to feel. It's brushed for texture. Then it's giving you a sense of what it's going to feel like. Recycled wool gives you all the benefits of wool. Wool's warm. In a sustainable blanket, because it's recycled wool, it's sustainable, it's speaking to those of its customers that want to feel that they're doing something for the environment, but still having this wonderful product. What's more, they're even machine washable. Now this is a big sell for me. I don't want to buy something as I don't want to invest so much of my enthusiasm and money into buying something which, if I put it in the washing machine, will shrink to the size of a Barbie's picnic blanket. Knowing that it's machine washable is a huge win. Answered my question, how do I look after it? Can I put it in the washing machine? No, it reassures me. It means that I know I can look after it. It means that if the cat's sick on it, or if I spill some tea on it, I can just throw it in the washing machine and not worry. It's not going to be ruined because it has to be dry cleaned or, you know, scrubbed by elves or something. They are warm and durable, long lasting. You know, it's saying you are investing in, you know, your money is well spent. This will last a long time. It won't get holes in the first time you sit on it, that kind of thing. Durable because of their tight weave. So that's telling you the benefit and the reason. The perfect colsey companion. So the colsey is their word, their heritage word that they've got there. Colsey companion for camping. I go camping, I need one of these. Add a strap for easy carrying. Oh, I will, they're beautiful. Or for curling up with your favourite book and a cuppa. You know, they're literally illustrating how to use a blanket with words. And look, down here we've got someone's curled up with a cuppa and a book. Also available in smaller knee sizes. So they're saying, okay, you don't need, if you're looking for something a bit smaller, the same thing but smaller, we've got one over here. Want to make it extra personal? Find out more about embroidery here. Okay, you can personalize it, make it extra special if this is a gift, for instance. And here we have the features. Fiber, recycled wool, 30% mixed fibres saved from landfill. So this is like, you know, we're saving the world here, saving the world one blanket at a time. Touch, smooth and durable. Touch is really important to a lot of people. How's it going to feel? Some people don't like woolly blankets. Some people want a smooth blanket. Size, how big it is in imperial in inches and in metric in centimeters. So, you know, as often an age thing. Older people tend to prefer imperial, or even, you know, a geographic thing. I know Americans use imperial a lot. Inches, centimeters. It's making sure that people understand no matter what. It's understanding your customer and providing that resource. Where it's made, and again the care. Machine wash on wool cycle. So it's making it really easy. Lay flat to dry. It's told me how to wash it and it's told me how to dry it. Brilliant, easy. Our recycled wool blankets contain pre-loved, not used, pre-loved. Okay, it's a nicer way of saying used. It sounds better. Pre-loved fibres that may differ slightly in colour and design. So it's just managing your expectations. And down here, this bottom section is images of, you know, there's beautiful images, and they're doing shop this look. So you can get this, buy this blanket. So you'd buy that particular design, or this particular design, which is their gift baskets, or this one, you know, have it in your reading nook. Go out on the mountains with a man in a kilt. Yes, okay, I will. Can you send me the man in the quilt? Kilt. This is, you know, read with your country magazine and your coffee. And down here is your social proof, all the wonderful reviews. And again, these, you know, you shopped here, go and buy these. They're showing me how the product can fit into my life. They're telling me how I can look after it. They're using their words really, really well. You know, this isn't a very big product description, you know, maybe 100 words, maybe a few more. You know, it's not lots and lots and lots, but it has answered questions. It's helped me imagine using it. It's told me how I'll feel. I'm going to feel warm in this blanket, you know, and these beautiful pictures that are consistent with the sense of the business of coziness and warmth. So I hope you can see how, you know, story is developed through the product pages, through the front page, and how you can tell to people you're in the right place. We've got what you need. We understand you, and how you can start doing that in small ways. You don't need lots of copy. You need the right ones, the right words. You know, you have all this information. You know your customers. You know your products, and trust me, you can do this. Okay, I hope you can see now how you can use your knowledge to demonstrate to your customers that they're in the right place when they visit your website. You understand who they are. You understand why they're shopping, what they're shopping for, and what their problems are. And you're able to demonstrate how your products solve those problems and how their products fit into their lives. Okay, giving them those examples, making your products irresistible to them. Okay, if you're unsure how to do this from now, one of the things I'd like you to do is to think about all of your customer correspondence. Use it as a research tool. Think about the conversations that you have, the questions that your customers ask. What are the things they tell you in order notes? People quite often say, oh, I'm buying this for, and explain who they're buying it for, or the occasion that they need it for, or the room of the house the thing is to go in. You know, they also ask you things about, is this product suitable for? How can I use it? How do I look after it? Use the information your customers tell you in their order notes or in conversations. You know, use the questions they ask when they phone up to inquire about your services or your products. The questions they ask on your chat, on Messenger, on DMs in Instagram. You know, look at the conversations you have with your customers, and that will give you a resource to start answering those questions and turning those questions and those custom conversations into copy, into the words on your website. You know, and look at your reviews. If you've got reviews, use the language of your customers. If your customer tells you, the dress felt amazing, it was so soft against my skin and easy to wear, and it made me feel like $1 million, use that in your copy. This dress is made of a soft flowing fabric and will make you feel like $1 million. And if you don't have your own reviews yet, go and do the research on your competitors that are selling the same things as you. What do people write about those products? What are the questions they ask? Go and look on Amazon. If you're selling branded products, go and look at Amazon at the questions and the reviews. And what are people asking about? How are they talking about using the product? Use the customer conversations you have, and also go and do the other bigger research around your product to bring in the knowledge of those people, the experience, and put that onto your website. Reframe that, reword it onto your website. I hope you've enjoyed today's session. I hope it's given you some ideas and some confidence to go out and look at how you can bring story into your website. Good luck.